Manifestation is the activity of the Prakriti. Intention is the activity of the Purusha. Whatever is the intention of the Purusha, the Prakriti manifests. There is a huge mechanism, Prakriti, very big mechanism, which transforms every intention of every Purusha, every Atma into a physical reality, a physical expression. There is a huge mechanism, that's what we have to understand. Very, very huge mechanism called a Prakriti, nature. And there is a big angelic kingdom which helps in this process of manifestation of every intention, every intent of every Atma. Every intention is respected in the nature. So you can manifest whatever you want, but the consequences of those things are there always. You have to go through all the consequences. People just want to manifest, but they don't know the consequences. Hitler wanted a world war, so almost the world war came, and many people got killed, millions of them. But then the intentions of the whole world are respected and the world war ended and Hitler got killed himself. It's not the question of manifestation. It's the question of consequences. We have to think of the consequences. Okay, I want a lot of money. Okay, money will be manifested, but what are you going to do with the money? How are you going to handle the money? The moment you have a lot of money, somebody will come and kill you and get that money. The consequence that you are getting killed. You don't see that consequence. For me, the word consequence is more important than manifestation. What are the consequences of those things which you want to manifest? That is the topic. You build a big pyramid. You want to manifest. Okay, people will come. Then how are you going to feed them? How are you going to treat them? Can you manage all the people who are going to come to you? How are you going to manage them? You want to marriage. But what are the consequences of marriage? Children will happen. Are you ready to raise all the children? Yes, I want to get married. That's very fine. So you get married. You get some partner. But what are the consequences? A lifelong relationship exists, and if you are not able to carry it properly, then you have to face all the consequences. Law of karma gives you a clear picture of consequences. So, my dear friends, before you think of manifestation, you must think of consequences. The results of your actions that are going to happen. Very big list of results that are going to happen. You can manifest whatever you want to manifest. The nature will help you. All the gods will help you because you are a god, and your intention is the intention of a god. Everybody, the whole universe will conspire to see to it that it is manifested in accordance with everybody else's intention also. You are not the only person intending something. Everybody has got free will. Everybody is intending something or other. There is a big traffic of intentions. And somebody wants to go this way, somebody wants to go the other way. And all intentions are respected by the nature. You are not the only VIP here. Everybody is VIP in the scheme of things. Everybody's intention is important. And everybody has to face the consequences. Yudhishthira wants to play the game of dice. You think that you are an expert in the game of dice, but somebody else is greater expert than you. So you are defeated. So you are sent to a forest for 12 years. That is a consequence. So because you played dice, because you lost, you are sent to 12 years forest. You have to face all the consequences. We should be really brave to follow through all the consequences.
Hi friends and masters. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, presents day 20, Manifestation Science Week. We already got to know about 4 sutras. We left with fifth sutra. Today we are going to listen from Chandra sir. So welcome sir. And also we have a guest leader sharing after meditation. Please stick with till the end. Welcome sir.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Good afternoon, evening. There are consequences for everything that we do, or there is an effect for every cause that is being created. It is there. When you want to build a house, it is going to cause harm and hurt to many, many beings out there. There is a consequence of doing something. So it's always about minimizing consequences when we are doing something, having that super clarity, and then tuning into our feelings of what do I really feel that I need to experience something. It's not simply because they are doing, I'm doing. Because they got a pyramid, I need a pyramid. Because they are teaching, I'll teach. You can say, I will go on teaching. I'll go out, I'll travel, and then do. But there is a consequence if you are not a big family. or if you have a lot of dependent people around you and you've ignored them because you're manifesting something else, the consequence. It's a game that we play, whether we need to be gain more and more clarity about why do I need, what do I need, and it needs to be tuned in. We need to be tuned into the heart center, the feeling center. I gain more and more clarity. Is this necessary at this part of my life? Is it necessary? Why am I doing? Am I doing from a lack? I'm doing from an abundance perspective. Lack means I don't have, this is not possible, I've got to experience. If I don't do now, it may not happen ever. Let me rush in because there is very limited out there. When we change our thinking, our understanding to be more abundant in nature, that there is enough for everyone, that I can have when I really need it, let me tune to myself and say, what is the next right thing to do for me? And for that, meditation will help. For that, gaining higher knowledge and understanding, and then so will help us to know what do I really need. When we don't know, ultimately everybody looking for happiness and satisfaction. And only after going through meditation, after understanding that you understand truly over and over, or listening to so many people, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, that the happiness is not outside. And they won't have that understanding, then our manifestation requirements start changing from seeking things from outside to seeking things more from inside. If it's about happiness, there is something. If it is about health, then if you move into purpose, then health will come rather than simply chasing health. Money is energy. Money will happen when you recognize and say, I'm going to use it to the great use of circulation of energy for everybody's great use. So when we increase our understanding, then what we intend for changes in the most appropriate way. Instead, it minimizes consequences of impacting somebody, something, it maximizes dissolution of our past deeds, of past learnings, our karma, as we embrace everyone as us. But that's a subject, of course. As we experiment with manifestation process, we get to understand. But it's sufficient to say that if you are tuning into your feeling center, which is always the considered swadharma, what do I need to do? And if you are tuning in and the moment you think of something and you feel great, look at it, no problem. In the current situation of where you are, that's the right thing to do. When you regularly meditate, there will be crystal clarity of wanting to, let's say, grow in that promotion or grow in that role, wanting to stick to the current place and then help. When you have that clarity, then you do it, there's no doubt. It's great. So, dear friends, we always, while we are fully empowered, it's also called responsibility. Manifestation is possible, but how responsibly are you doing it is the question. We are empowered, we have full empowerment to manifest, but we also have total responsibility of why we are doing what you're doing and what is the impact it causes. At the end of it, it's all boils down to one thing. Do any of my acts are causing killing, suffering, and interference to somebody's life? I cannot force a manifestation and say my son is going to do this, is going to study this without necessarily having an agreement with them. without necessarily having them to take on board together and say, yes, let's together do this admission. No consequence. Consequence when you forcefully intend, and spend your energy, and then perhaps in front of you, the child may be crippled as they go along because they're never satisfied. But somebody is forced and is also weakened in his thought and say, okay, my parents got the best idea for me, and so they just simply follow. Although deep inside does not like what he's doing or she's doing. So there's a huge consequence there. And this process here, dear friends, in the 5 sutras of manifestation, the 5th sutra, surrendering and acceptance, expressing gratitude, is acceptance and surrender, expressing gratitude. We are focused as we develop more greater health, physical, mental well-being, emotional well-being. We understand the concept of infinite possibilities, and so then we are staying open. As we experiment on the process, we'll get to experience, and so then we start thinking and then feeling that yes, something is possible. Our meditation increase that sense of feeling that whatever that I'm wishing is possible. We draw our vision boards and visualize. Then we start investigating into ourselves, becoming more and more aware of what limiting beliefs I have, limitations I've set myself onto, what conclusions I've made from the past, and then we work on them to reprogram by constantly enriching ourselves with more and more knowledge and information, or reading and then getting motivated through many, many masters, many, many leaders, or successful people of how they have overcome the limitations. So we are doing everything possible, visualizing. We are also checking and then looking at limitations that we have. I had 5 limitations when I was looking to working on my acquisition process. 5 limiting beliefs. In spite of 10 years into meditation practice, by then, limiting beliefs get formed. And then again, you get to know about them, you work on them, and so then naturally, you resolve those, and so then you move forward in your manifestation. So we are doing that, but still something is not happening. You are visualizing, but then you're visualizing you're walking back again the way. But then here, even after a month, 2 months, when you try to get up from the bed, that pain is significantly there, just not letting you. Your finances are not improving. You're visualizing that, okay, you're going out and teaching, not a single opportunity is coming. Maybe you had one here, there, but you don't have any opportunity, you're just sitting there. So, dear friends, here comes the ability to patiently wait. Whatever is the current situation, if we recognize and say observation brings possibilities into reality, then I say that I'm consistently observing as I patiently wait. Patriji just said there is a big traffic of intentions going everywhere. And there's a big traffic of intentions going everywhere, and this traffic has to be regulated by somebody. And then somebody is going to get the signal first, and then another one will get the signal next. But everybody will get the signal. Everybody will go through the junction. Everybody will clear through it on the road. For some, it may be immediate. For some, it may be longer. So accepting rather than impatiently, becoming impatient in the traffic and say, how long? When is it? Why is it? What is it? What are people doing? Why are they people not doing anything? Oh God, I've been asking for you, but you never give it to me. That's not acceptance. We recognize that as much as I have intention, there are many, 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 everything is there. And so recognize that it is being in the best possible way orchestrated by that intelligence. And it is sure bound to happen. We accept the present situation no matter how that is. I asked for a promotion, somebody asked for the funding, somebody asked for this. Then I patiently wait. It is happening. And if it is happening here, it's not. If it is happening in the next under the next CEO regime, maybe it'll happen. It doesn't have to be, no, this CEO is very, very friendly to me, conducive, so it must happen, but it's not happening. Who knows? It'll happen much better way in the next CEO, on the next CEO. I mean, you do know that from the top, when those who have the control, those who have the bigger visibility, are orchestrating what best is the fund allocation. There are so many stakeholders, they have to be divided. An air traffic controller has to make decisions. It doesn't have to be always first in, first out. It can be many, many combinations. Those who require sudden emergency medical help need to be landed first, even though you came there approach to that area, to the airport. You may have to be asked to go around for 20 minutes. But you know that you will definitely touch down. And so, dear friends, no matter what happens right now, and even if it appears to be counterintuitive, recognize that the science is there. Your intentions as a free will being are always respected, so it's always coming. It is us without accepting, going into this unaccepted reality of emotion. We tend to abandon our manifestation. No, this is not happening. Okay, so now he left, that means it's always possible. You thought certain managers, when they are there, some things are possible. Now he's got transferred. Okay, no way it's possible. It's over. And so then we abandon right there. We stop. We start demanifesting. It's not happening. Let me leave it. I don't need it anymore. And so then we go on to something else. Acceptance, however difficult and tricky, or however um, uh, uh, the word unrealistic it may seem, we have to drop the realisticness and the practicalness from our dictionary. However, it appears that it is so far-fetched and more so impossible is how it feels. But if we can hold on to, dear friends, the dream that you're still experiencing that, then everybody's wishes have to be respected. Patrici wanted pyramids. It's okay to wait. A mega pyramid, a great cause. People get transformed when they go there and then be in a meditation center. But that also took time. They also take time. It depends on how you say it took time or not took time. For some, it has taken a long time of 6 years because the structure came, but the other pyramid took time. The structure came in 1.5 years. You thought that in another 6 months it will be done, but it took later 3.5 years. But can we patiently wait? What's the hurry? Why can't it be next year? Why can't it be next 5 years later? Yeah, the question, dear friends, is when you go into an acceptance and say, okay, this is right now coming to me because it is preparing me to be in that new thing. It's preparing me to increase my patience, increase my understanding, increase my inclusivity, and many, many things. Because when you are looking for a promotion, when your colleague gets it, now what do? We get so disappointed. But that's not the emotion that you want. We're not accepting. We accept, you go and appreciate, shake hands with them. Go into the greater oneness and say, okay, great, he got it, I'm going to get it soon. It's called prosperity consciousness. Go into acceptance of everything and say, okay, first they deserve more for whatever reason. I too am in the line, so it's got to come to me. Now you're disappointed. There is only one manager for this group, and so he's already become manager. How will I become manager? Your group will grow. There'll be a second manager post will open immediately. Another big client has come, and this manager has been immediately transferred, so you get it. Many, many ways difference is possible. Only thing that's there is to go into the acceptance situation, no matter how um, counterintuitive it is to when you look at it. The second thing is surrendering. When things are, they're very related. Surrendering means, sometimes it feels like it's out of control. That's not the time to give up. When you're looking for a certain outcome, you started off in a great way. You are setting up a big review and then you want many people to show up, but then nobody is even giving attention to you. You do your best, and then beyond that, leave it and say, okay, let the right people come in and then take a look at it. We always crave for the top VC and then the top CEO and the management has to be there in the meeting so that things will happen suddenly. Do your best, and then beyond that, rather than saying, oh, is it going to happen? Will he come? If it doesn't come, then what will happen? That's not surrender. We're constantly seeding doubt. When I don't surrender to the process, we keep seeding doubt. We keep seeding uncertainty into the process. Instead, we become certain about it and say, I will take whatever comes, but I've done my best inviting who is required through my connection, whatever. But now for me to just let universe operate for me. Let it decide now who are the right people to show up on that day, and then review my project, my mechanism. It'll happen the right way. Surrendering is to let go beyond the point after visualizing. We don't visualize every 5 minutes. We visualize maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening once you feel like you visualize. You but then let go and then let something else operate for you. And the consciousness, the field, orchestrate things. You can't keep honking, waiting, hey, clear me, clear me, clear me. You told once your intention, then I will stay there. Somebody will operate it. That surrender, that when things are taking time to surrender, no matter what, and then say, I fully trust the process. Now, what could I do? I did. Now, what can I do? Rather than merely worrying about and becoming more anxious about our future. And so then if you can be in that state of surrenderness that, okay, I've done my best, and then constantly check yourself. Have you done your best? If you've not done your best, do it. Have you spoken to that person? Have you gone there physically and then met this person? Have you written what is required? If you do everything that's necessary, then dear friends, and the necessity is based on how much clarity you have. And so then you simply wait. It's called surrender. Have faith in the process that there is also this consciousness, the field is orchestrating for you, respecting your intention. As a surrender is the difference. When you express gratitude, gratitude is a way to move to acceptance. We do everyday gratitude. So acceptance and gratitude are important processes together as a 5 sutra for manifestation to greatly happen. Let's go to meditation, dear friends. And then we'll listen from Dr. GK, the founder of spiritual tablets, but I consider one of the wonderful masters who is able to stay above the waters and beautifully grow in life and then live a very, very purposeful life. Is also the master who introduced meditation to me. Hi, Dr. GK.
Yeah, hi. Morning, Chandra. Namaste all.
Yes.
Namaste.
So we'll do meditation now and then we'll get on to this. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right, friends, let's go into the practice. Dear friends, relax yourself. Sit comfortably. We're doing breath meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind, rest the mind, And be in the state of restfulness. Whenever you observe your breath, our mind becomes empty. As you see in the picture, so we sit down comfortably, fingers into fingers, hands rested in your lap, closing your eyes. Observe your natural breath with your attention anywhere in the nose, preferably at the middle of the eyebrows, at the root of the nose. As I observe your breath slowly, mind becomes empty. You experience total emptiness, energy. Be in that state and witness whatever happens. In case you have thought, and thoughts do come, when thoughts come, go back to observing the breath and then start the process all over. Called breath meditation. Let's go into it, dear friends. We start with breath meditation. Today, relax yourself. Dear friends, dear masters, we are going into powerful group meditation with your glasses removed, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, comfortably rested. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. when you observe your breath, your mind becoming empty. As your mind is becoming empty, you channelize that energy into the present moment. You develop greater awareness. Hello, yourself. To go into that calmness, emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to dissolve into this quietness, emptiness of no body, of no thing. become aware of that endless depth of that emptiness, the field of energy as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. That creative intelligence of the existence, the field full of possibilities, waiting to happen through observation. The more you are with it, with this emptiness or blackness, the field of possibilities, the more you tune in, and the more you draw into your life, This is your divine self, that higher intelligence. The more you stay connected to this emptiness, this energy, the more aware you become, the more one you become. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everyone in our life. Your gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, to your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody. Be grateful to everything you use, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments. Gratitude to this grand nature, the bird, the fish and the animals. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe for helping us create and experience this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes. Hold up. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoy the session. As we are relaxing in, let's invite Dr. GK, who is been truly a guiding light and a master for thousands of people. In spite of being a medical doctor, done an amazing work, helping many people find their purpose again, heal themselves significantly through this. His work at PSSM, his work with Patrisa, culminating into something called Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation. Yes, Venu.
Thank you, Chandra sir, for the wonderful session and meditation. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce GK sir here. Yeah, we'll little brief introduction about GK sir. Dr. Gopal Krishna is a pioneer, is a spiritual science who transitioned from 20 years of medical practice in India, year 1996 to 2017, to a holistic spiritual approach to health. As a spiritual scientist, he integrates spiritual principles into daily life and has created over 500 spiritual tablets, which are wisdom capsules, designated to address various physical, mental, and social ailments. Thousands have found lasting relief with little or no medication through his methods. Dr. GK founded the non-profit Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation, offering free spiritual health care in 14 countries. He shares his insights globally, inspiration many to explore the roots of illness and the purpose of life. Based in Manchester, UK, Dr. GK holds master's degree in public health and fintech and volunteers full-time. He is also developing the Pyramid Meditation channel. If you learn more at spiritualtablets.com, I will be sharing the website details here. And also like a spiritual tablets app. Yeah. welcome, Dr. GK sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Venu. Dr. GK is who taught me meditation. I've learned a lot of all the concepts of spirituality, core spiritual science, in the year 1999 to 2002 through regular interactions. He happens to be my younger brother too. And so he, in our family, is the realized one first, youngest of all. He taught meditation to my parents. They came in, and through their influence, then through his influence, then I came in. So are the case with everybody in our family. He took to meditation service right in the beginning, in spite of being a medical doctor, in spite of we pursuing him and saying, don't waste your time and energy in doing all this for services of spirituality. He kept at it. And today, the beautiful thing I admire about him is that whatever that he does at spiritual tablets is always free of cost, deeply influenced by Patri Sir's fundamental philosophy that spiritual knowledge, wisdom, and meditation must go, money should not be a barrier for anyone's growth. So he continues to be operated that way. And then through his association, he introduced me to Patrisa, and then my journey greatly started sometime in 2002. But he, with this association and spiritual tablets, has been a great complementary organization to Buddhasi Quantum Foundation, hand in hand, working in spreading this message of meditation. Thank you, Dr. GK. Yes.
So thank you, Chandra, and all the Buddha CEOs joined for this program.
This is 20th day of our 40-day program.
Yeah, I came to know. Thank you. So every time I feel so happy to address in this platform to share my journey as well as the little wisdom I'm trying to spread through. And pranams to Brahmarshi Patriji and my parents for giving me this great opportunity to continue my journey in a very happy and healthy state. I always admired the greatest manifestation that happened unconsciously, which I doesn't even know that I am manifesting in my childhood, starting from the 5th standard to 10th. I used to visualize and think very creatively in my own way that I have to invent a tablet. It should cure from headache to cancer, and it should not cost even a single dollar. So that led to the development of the whole spiritual tablets wisdom. And finally, I am here where the meditation is the only one pill that can cure any illness that is coming on our body as a part of the reset mechanism. And no need to give any money for that. After understanding the give and take principles of the universe, so I started making my own baby steps under Patriji in the initial days. Initially, it was working with the PSSM to spread the wisdom of meditation and spiritual science and vegetarian diet as a part of seva. Day by day, when I started working with the patient God, they taught me beautiful lessons through their experiences, how greatly they are learning, and that wisdom giving a full stop for their sickness. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam. If we create the wisdom of fire, that will automatically cessate the suffering. And that is what Patriji put into the words. Spiritual intellect is the root and physical health is the fruit. So the formula we are following here is nothing but working on the spiritual intellect so that all our rotten belief systems will die and they will be replaced with scientific understanding. At times, I feel miraculous with a lot of experimentations we have done in past, where in the year 96, I went for 1 month fasting, which is advised by Patriji. He gave only a list of things, like nothing is impossible, the body can live on cosmic energy, food is only for the pleasure, all the Linda Goodman quotes, so many things he gave. And we are 5 in number, started that, and only on water for 1 month we did fasting. I lost around 14 pounds in this body, but every day 4 hours meditation and as usual day-to-day clinical practice, going to hospital and nursing home and then a cyclone relief program. So many things happened. And I used to have only 4 hours of sleep. And nothing happened as per to the medical records or whatever. So we have immense potential that comes through sadhana. After coming from Kurnool, the first interaction with all the Paramana Masters and Patriji, I came with a single word of belief. Though I have a lot of experiences from my third eye, meeting masters and visions and so many things, my rational mind, the medical system I have gone through, is not allowing me to accept it. Because I have already completed my bhakti journey, where I have given my hair to Lord Balaji 3 times to get medical seat. Whatever the luck is supposed to favor to me in the last minute, that was not happened. Every time I used to miss my medical seat just for only 1 or 2 marks or ranks. So I felt whatever I am doing in the name of God, maybe it is not meant for me. Something else is there beyond that. Let me understand that superpower one day, then I'll look into it. So I put a full stop. But again, after coming here, listening to so many masters, and Dr. Newton is doing past life therapy sessions parallelly, a lot of telepathic experimentation. All these things I exposed. Like the people who joined here today, it may be a big surprise for you to listen to other master sessions and doing meditation and all these things. With that word of belief, I came and I started my intense workout. So today, I would like to express my message on the impact of intense sadhana and the service. So I started doing meditation for 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours. At one point, I sat in meditation for 21 hours, where I have slept for 4 hours, but I have not opened my eyes. And I continued. During that period, I got wonderful experiences to answer all the doubts I have to walk in this path. An astral travel experience, some third eye visions, some sort of symbolical dreams to clarify my vijunctional dreams, doubts. Whatever the vijunction I have, it was clarified. So that intense sadhana made us to understand the different practical scientific facts that we read in the books and the masters who are sharing, and we can confirm them. So when we have the theory and practically proved through self-practice immensely, then I am clear. When I'm doing my medical practice with the Jarva tribes in Andaman, that is again the second phase of practice I did. This time, it is a holistic practice where I need to attend to my meditation, my book reading, and the service I can do for the people with a small board I kept for teaching meditation. I am the first one to introduce meditation in Andaman, this Anapanasati. Nobody is there before. And my own medical practice and the basic family chores, everything I wrote, and I started absorbing myself in the checklist of things I am supposed to do. Until then, I am waiting for something to happen where I am separating myself from the totality. There, somehow, I got my own intuitive guidance. Why you are separating yourself? Absorb in the totality. Whatever you are doing, it is complete, and you are there in that. Already achieved. Again, here, the second manifestation principle, like whatever I am trying to achieve, I am already there. I started believing in that. So the list is increasing day by day, and everything I am doing, feeling that I am complete and I am there and I achieved what I want. And one fine day, when I'm encountering a Botanical Survey of India scientist in the research program on Jarva tribes, during late night around 2 o'clock, a blissful experience happened. I was completely happy and blissful. And the next day, morning, when I woke up, whatever that point source of doubt I used to carry, it was completely dissolved. And since then till today, never look back. A beautiful guidance the universe gives, and we need to just follow. Problems come, but at the same time, the solutions also will follow. Sometimes the solutions are the first and the problems are the later. That is the greatest thing happens when we are in this middle path. So, in the initial phase, the intense sadhana is a must. And slowly, we need to understand the importance of middle path, balancing the community living as we are in the earth, in this physical body. All the three happinesses, happiness through these physical means, happiness through the cultural and musical means, and happiness through blissful happenings through meditation. All we need to combine and we have to go forward. When we are trying to adjust our journey in the big picture, then we understand whatever we want, we can achieve by giving the same to the universe. Whatever the wisdom we achieved, if we give to the universe, in return, we receive the same. Rather than fingering into others' karma by just external support, rather than doing the simple external supports, teaching meditation and giving wisdom, spending our valuable time in supporting the spiritual science services is the best way through which we can achieve whatever we want. So after understanding this, I decided to walk in this noble path. I run my 24-bed hospital for 3 years, where I have seen the miraculous transformations in the patient God. And then one fine day, I took a decision and then I became a full-timer to teach this wisdom. In due course of time, hundreds and thousands of people joined, learned the same wisdom, and today more than 300 spiritual doctors are in association with me, and they refer a lot of chronic and acute illnesses cases to me, and then they themselves even discuss with me for their own problems. And so many eminent masters are doing tireless hours of spiritual guidance in the name of counseling, in teaching wisdom to replace the rotten beliefs with scientific understanding. What are the problems that are coming are only because of unwanted, unscientific, and irregular food habits, thoughts, and relationships. These are the three components which we need to streamline. Before coming into spiritual path and meditation, we are operating with only the sensory perception. We believe that only these physical eyes, this information that is coming as a surface information. When we are into that deep meditation, connecting with the totality, then we start getting the true information with the ESP, extrasensory perceptions. So that is how we can become complete. The true potential will start working. So the intense sadhana and adjusting ourselves in the universe, in the big picture. Being a medical doctor, I intended to see the end to suffering. That is how the nature provided these wonderful wisdom capsules with which my journey started. As I took a decision to make myself available to the community. Almost 16 to 18 hours I used to work. A lot of travel happened. When I am available, then only really the people can avail the service. Of course, it may not be a choice for everybody over here initially. So 10 years of blend of medical practice and meditation, I understood the wisdom principles and the impact of meditation on health. And then later, to make myself available, I took a call, and as a part of the ABC, I learned from one great surgeon from Libya: availability, behavior, and capability. These are the three things are mandatory. When we are available to the community to give our service in the stipulated hours, then we can contribute our own boon to the universe. And of course, the behavior and capability. We need to learn the content of wisdom to share the best possible way. So this ABC of practice really helped me a lot grow bigger by consciousness, and in doing the spiritual science service to full stop the suffering. Lot of autoimmune disorders, rare problems, especially with the people with evolved consciousness, meditation is the only solution. This is the area where they can get the real solutions, the true solutions, understand their true potential. So friends, to conclude, intense meditation and spiritual book reading are the two major components we need to understand very well, and we have to allocate the time for sadhana to understand practically the things that we are reading in the books are all true, and they can be manifested and they can be implemented in day-to-day life. After convincing ourselves, after getting miraculous transformations, and the second most important point is spiritual science service. There are so many modes of doing service. Even the tech services that we give are really important. When we want to scale up the whole activity we are doing, technology is the only way through which we can reach. I admire all the Buddha CEO team, how greatly they developed the technological part and pinpoint way they are providing all the services. And my sincere thanks and gratitude to Chandra as my brother, elder brother. I used to discuss with him, especially in these areas. Whenever I got an intellectual doubt, he is the best person to clarify. The junction between common sense and spiritual experience. Of course, I may have an immense spiritual experience, but I need to ground myself. So when I talk to him, so he used to give a community opinion and the dynamic logistics behind understanding a city, understanding a country, populations. So a lot of conversations we used to have in the beginning, and that led to the development of spiritual tablets, especially in the corporates. The opportunity I have in the name of Soul Trends in Bangalore, I never forget. Every month I used to travel to Bangalore, and then I used to address the populations in the city. because until then, majority of my journey is into nook and corner of the rural areas, where I used to travel across 40 centers in Andhra Pradesh. All are from the rural populations. When I addressed in Bangalore, then all the wisdom capsules and its orientation changed. And that is where we used to interact a lot. And all the technical dimension and then the corporate teaching, going to the abroad countries, and his support is immense. Of course, all the family members supported me, but Chandra's contribution is something special and separate, I can say. And even now, when I get a corporate person, a technical person into my table, immediately I snatch their cell phone and I open the Buddha CEO app and I will put them into that app immediately. That makes my job very easier. Because without sadhana, nothing they can achieve. When they are into a right program, that will automatically take them to a beautiful journey of a couple of 40-day sessions. By that time, they will be educated in a great way. And I do get wonderful feedback from them because the way you are expressing is something different. And which is apt for the techie minds. The same spiritual wisdom can be expressed in a rural area for a farmer in a very different way. So that modulation and the examples, the scientificality, everything was beautifully developed in Buddha CEO Foundation. And a set of patient gods I receive, the basic journey and making their own steps towards the service is a must here. Of course, in 1 in 10,000 cases, understanding the disease from the cellular level, organ level, that is where the research that we did, understanding the different spiritual experiences, there we may be helpful in our own way for a particular period of time until they understand their purpose in a proper way. But rest of all the areas, the regular sadhana and a beautiful service platform is more than enough to achieve that abundance and happy and healthy state. So I wish a wonderful success and an abundant journey with this great platform. And initially it looks like a 40 days journey, but when we do multiple programs and especially the residential retreats, which they are conducting beautifully for 5 days, I feel like after doing these online sessions, one must be there physically in that energy environment, like the Pyramid Valley, Bangalore, or whatever, the beautiful programs they did in Mount Shasta, all the high energy places, when we spend with eco-meditators and the master, so that physical feel is something different. And that will automatically gives a great transformation and we can understand our true purpose and we can align with the community in a proper way. So the righteous thoughts, the righteous actions, and righteous speech can happen when we do those in-person retreats. Every retreat is like a baby, I feel. A lot of work, a lot of man-hours are involved in bringing the people together. So many background risks also they take. So try to understand the importance of those residential retreats. And if you participate, that is a great thing. That is what I wrote in my prescription as Ashrama Dharma, because we have three dharmas: the duties with the family, the duties of ashram, and the duties of prachar. These are the three dharmas we go through in a given lifetime. When we are in family life, as a kutumba dharma, we are good. But when we feel like something is missing, something is wrong, and we are stuck, that is where we need to go to ashrama dharma, where 5 days or 11 days we will be in the retreat with a master, and intense sadhana will happen, and emerge of consciousness of different souls will happen there, and that ashrama dharma will make us to understand the true potential. After that, the third is prachar dharma, means spreading the truth. That is where the service comes. So these are the three dharmas we write as a prescription to our patient God. So for that, they are beautifully felicitating these 5-day retreats. So many times I refer people to attend that 5-day retreats so that that intense sadhana in the presence of a master will clarify a lot of their doubts, and they will come out of all the wrong beliefs that they carry. And it is a beautiful time where the different eminent masters, the Buddha CEOs trained as a group, they will observe you carefully every moment. That is what even we are doing 11-day retreats to teach 150 spiritual tablets. So after these online sessions, doing that retreat is also very important. That is where the real cumulative energy experiences we can feel. So that's why we selected the heart chakra area in UK and conducting a wonderful 5-day retreat. It is for the first time in UK in the last 5 years. I have never seen any master conducting a 5-day retreat, residential retreat. And for the first time, the Buddha CEO Foundation took that great step, and Padma from Pyramid Yoga and Dance Academy, my wife, she is supporting as a part of my journey. I was in India now for 4 months, and I'm trying to motivate a lot of people to take that great opportunity. And thanks for all the souls coming all the way from US to participate in that retreat in UK. And yeah, so thank you all for the great journey. And Chandra, thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. GK, for laying out beautifully that intense sadhana is essential for any beginner and for any time we want to move from stage to stage. There's the way the electron is shifting orbits, it needs intense energy to shift from one to the other. And so then it changes its shape and form. And so is the case with us. We intensely practice, and then have a beginning where we are shifting our energy. And so laying out saying 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 20 hours, I I acknowledge that I admit my longest was 6 hours. Nowhere near what Dr. GK has did. But it's important. Dr. GK's, he probably didn't talk about too much, but he went for various trekking. Those are his retreats with Patricia. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days trekking retreats. They are there in nature. That's what every retreat is. And so all these physical practices. And I went 2 times, barefoot, of course wearing slippers, but nothing other than just a blanket and a plate to eat. 3 days, and Vani and I were there with our toddler into Araku forest. And there are several such trekkings where they were retreats. Essentially, they were retreats with Patriji, concepts and meditation, concepts and meditation. That's now it transformed into little more modern retreats because people are not necessarily going. So we're doing in nature places. But they're part and parcel of the practice. And I was in a session and the Dallas group, I was telling them, we got to come out of the homes to go into this nature. It doesn't matter who that master is, it doesn't matter, but be there. But I think the message difference is from Dr. G.K. I've learned always is to practice, practice, practice. Intense sadhana is required. And I've seen him several times just go into meditation. It doesn't matter. At 11 o'clock, he'll get up, he'll meditate. 3 o'clock, he'll get up, he'll meditate for an hour, 2 hours, and then he'll sleep again. Then Dr. G.K. was talking about he entered with belief. He said, okay, let me go and then explore that understanding that, okay, rejection, if you go into the doubt, then you're constantly seeding doubt. Instead of go and say, okay, let me explore. The Lobsang Rampa did a lot of things and then he wrote several books. Say, okay, if he could do, and then can I go and then explore the same? That you forever? And so then he said, I went in with belief. I think this is a very important point to go and then explore and come to a conclusion. That's why I kept referring spiritual science, service, investigations. They're all spiritual scientists. We're not woo-woo things. This is not a woo-woo thing. We have a perfect answer. When we go and then explore with meditation, we got to explore to recognize and say, what does it mean? When I say, you will get the feeling that you are abundant in nature, that things have happened to you. That's what he's saying. After that blissful experience, he felt that everything is already with him. It's happened. And being in the state of, that is already there and complete is essential. How does it come? Only when we explore, experiment, we get that feeling. And so those practices that he had initially, and then the most beautiful thing about Dr. G.K. is the service. He always got into the no man's land. Andaman, nobody was there, he went. Bombay, nobody was there, he went. Orissa, nobody was there, he went. And then you always would venture out into the new places. That's, I guess, his specialty, to go and then establish a few things and move on like a nomad. To me, is the closest nomad that I've seen in PSS moment. Do not necessarily accumulating riches of any kind, in spite of being a medical doctor. If he could, if he wanted to, of course, he could amass a fortune. But then instead, always tend to like to be a barefoot person moving from place to place with nothing accumulated. But the service that they're emphasizing, so thank you, Dr. G.K. Eventually, if we want to grow, if we want to realize, then we give to others what we're seeking. What we're seeking, we give to others. Whatever the little we have, we give to others. Little knowledge we give to others, we grow enormously. Little money we have, we give to others. Little time we have, give to others, we create a lot of time. And I learned something a lot from him. And then it was his insistence and his guidance in the beginning that he said, you go and join Pyramid Valley, it is good for you. That opportunity of service, when I was thinking, it came, and then he said, go and join, it's great. And I always saw him, 2002, 3, how much he was giving his time and effort to meditation services. And so then that's how my journey of service started. So thank you, Dr. G.K. And there's countless people through him that either healed and then, of course, they do the service. Right, friends? So we'll conclude here. Spiritual Tablets Research Foundation is doing an amazing job in helping people guide the right wisdom that is required for changing their psychosomatic behaviors. Because all illness is psychosomatic, and so the psyche has to change. Our thought process, our expressions, our behaviors, our understanding in any situation to react, all of that has to change. And so then the guidance is given for those who are ill, seriously ill. Now, the first tablet that he talked about is always meditation. So we do meditation practice in Buddhasi, but if you still have illnesses or anywhere, any organization, practice deeply and illnesses are there, then spiritual tablets is coming always to the great rescue to take on them and then help them guide a little more deeply. Thank you for your effort. Right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chandra. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.
Okay, friends. So we'll conclude here for today. Dr. GK had to go, and so then he left. So but then he can be contacted, and he's also in Bangalore from day after tomorrow, I believe from Monday or Tuesday onwards. And so he'll be available in Pyramid Valley, those who are in Bangalore, but otherwise you write that email ID information is given already in the chat in case you want to contact. And like Buddha Seva, they too are doing programs, so one can explore to understand what this is about. Right, friends? Glimpses of it are there when you look at Louis Hay's work. Louis Hay work. Glimpses of it are there. There's a lot more elaboration that is done through them. Okay, so any announcements, Venu?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Today we have like wonderful session from GK sir and you. We listened one more time from GK sir. I'm glad to listen from him, especially in Telugu. He will give like a lot of information. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So we have hi friends and masters. We have a master class today at 5:30 p.m. in India time and 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. EST timings in US. Please do join. Yeah, we'll share the details in WhatsApp groups. Thank you, masters.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. We'll conclude here for today. Unless there are questions, are there any questions? Otherwise,
Yeah,
we
we have two
play
questions.
the music then.
All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. I can rest. I am safe. I am safe. All is well. All is well. All is well. I can rest. I am safe. All is well. All is well. All is well.
Yes, sir. We have one question from Sophia ji. Sir, meditation can prolong our age.
Meditation can prolong longevity,
Our
yes.
age. Yeah.
Yes. Because even now scientifically understood that the cells that require a duplication mechanism called telomerase, which is maintaining its length for long-term meditators, are those who are generally in a greater, higher emotion. And so then, and which is responsible for duplication of cells, that means organs will continue to work greatly from a physical body. But more than that, the most important aspect is to align to a purpose that motivates us to be there in that joy. We don't live for the sake of living. And so while meditation is supporting, but then part of that is that meditation is supporting to heal a lot of it is because meditation moves us into alignment of a purpose where we are generally are very, very satisfied, deeply happy, contented. And then that's what drives the body mechanism to work greatly for as long as we decide to continue. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. We don't have any questions now, sir. Okay. Master, from Ravi ji, please guide what subjective and objective meditation.
I don't understand the question.
Uh, please guide what subjective and objective meditation. That's what he mentioned from Ravi.
Unmute them to explain what that is. Objective of meditation is to live a great life. live a great purposeful life. And when that is done, automatically everything that's required will come into us. What is necessary to live a purposeful life, the life that we come here to design for, will happen with so meditation guides us. We're going to we understand these concepts as we go along in week 5, week 6, I think. So it is to gain the knowledge and understanding sufficient and apply our life so that we are liberated, are the moksha, which means simply live a life without suffering, live a life of creativity. So the objective of meditation for anyone is to live a great life, not to renounce life. Now I don't know what subjective here means, but there is so many subjective. Everything in the whole life is subjective. Our life is all subjective. Everything is subject to experience. When you say whatever, you say I loved my job in Google, it's subjective experience. Your experience at Google is different from somebody else's experience at Google. Everything, entire life is subjective. Although we try as scientists try to make objectivity and then say, okay, measurement this and that in a certain way, but eventually it's all subjective, it's all influenced by every observer, each of us. So the subjectivity is there, is all in entire lifetime. And so it's all about we validating to ourselves how good an experience I'm having and how satisfying I'm having, as opposed to taking the validation from somebody. Because everything is subjective. Somebody's validation of your experience is still subjective. Because depending on how their mood is that day, how their capabilities, how well they're aligned to you, is how their praise or appreciation or review or analysis of what you're going through is happening. Right? Yesterday, friends, all life
Yeah,
is
right.
subject to life. All everything out there is subject to life. And it is different from person to person. So then the best thing is to tune into our inner feelings to see what we want to do and do it, and then be satisfied by appreciating, acknowledging to yourself about you. Then you have a great life going. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Uh,
Thank
Hope
you.
Ravi sir got your answer. You want to ask
Yeah, I
any?
got answer. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And one more question from Anand Ji. Uh, I have inguinal hernia. How can meditation help me to get relieved and come out of it?
So meditation is a solution for headache to cancer. We just have to continue to practice. There is a lot of energy flowing in, there's healing happening. And the specific causes of why it may happen, spiritual tablets can help. Lewis's books can help. Specific psychic patterns that put impact on the body, the soma. And so Lewis here, you heal your life, or spiritual tablets, wisdom can help to point out specifically this is the reason why I'm having this issue. But in general, when you start practicing meditation regularly, sincerely, and those of us have any kind of such deeper illnesses, then you sit down and then meditate for a couple of hours in the morning, couple of hours in the evening, do long practices. If this is important, if health is really important or nothing else is more priority, then we'll be able to take the time. We know this. A lot of times we neglect saying that, okay, that's something else is more important until the time it really comes out to the body. So it's greatly prudent to recognize this early on because the early on symptoms and signals are there. And so then we take time to meditate. And then when you do, then you receive tremendous amount of energy to heal. While simultaneously we we are moved into learning this knowledge which prevents that pattern to repeat, the thought pattern, the reaction pattern, so that the issue will not recur again. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm not seeing any questions, sir.
Okay, dear friends. So the one whoever has said that health issue, just first sit down, just continue the practice of meditation. Just understand the subject. There's no direct correlation here right now. Buddhasiva doesn't do direct correlation to health. As Buddhasiva gives the wisdom that is necessary to move to a greater life, greater emotion, greater feeling, more confidence, more purposeful. When you do that, automatically then many illnesses slowly drop off automatically. It has to. That's the science. When a psyche changes, a soma changes. And so then we say that to do the practice, learn all the wisdom. And you still have the issue persisting with you, then definitely a spiritual tablets doctor, spiritual counselor will help to point out more specifically what could be that what could be the pattern in your life which is needs to be corrected. All right. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
All is well. I can rest. I am safe. All is well. All is well. I can rest. I am safe. All is well. All is well. I can rest. I am safe. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well.
Thank you, friends, for joining today. So we'll see you same time tomorrow. Please join and continue 40 days. Thank you.